I approached scripture and asked a very different question, which was, when people in the Bible brought their insecurities to God, when they brought their senses of inadequacy to God, what did he actually say to them? And that is not what I expected. A really great example is Moses, where he's coming to God. God has just called him to go to Pharaoh to say, set my people free. Moses objects and says, I'm not the guy for this job. I'm not good at speaking. You should have picked somebody else. And you would expect in sort of our like self-help culture that God would have said, Moses, you've got this.
Yeah.
Like, you're my guy.
Yeah.
Like, you were raised in a palace. You were groomed to be a leader. Like, of all the people I could have chosen, you are the best choice in all of Israel. Yeah. But instead, God looks at Moses and he says, Moses, who gave human beings their mouths? Was it not I, the Lord? And I really love in her book, Women of the Word, Jen Wilkin, she describes this scene as God changing the subject off of Moses's inability and onto God's ability.
Wow.
And reminding him that when you make yourself the center of the story, when you think you're the hero, when you think that your family or your job or whatever it is, that it rises and falls on you, it is overwhelming. It is too much.
Yep.
And to remember, the good news is you are not the center, that it's not about you. And that's incredibly freeing to remember. And so for me, that almost laid kind of a blueprint of the way that I need to address this insecurity in myself is to, going to the title of this devotional, to raise my gaze, that I'd made my gaze way too small. I'd made my purpose way too small. And I needed to correct it and to remember, no, I am created to love God and to love others, and that there's actually freedom in those commands.